You know, there is a exclusive club of people, a finite number of individuals who can go out on a Wednesday night, raw dog an entire NHL slate, and live to tell the tale. Come out unscathed, borderline better than they went in. And that was me last night for you people. You demanded raw dogs. You said, I want to call my pizza man, the guy who takes my bets. He only takes teams, and I just need some winners. Well, you got the Maple Leafs, you got the Panthers, you got the Avalanche, and you got the Cockroach Kraken. What else do you want? Oh, you want some more? Well, we kept you off the LA Kings. And why is that? Because the Buffalo Sabres are the bizarro Buffalo Sabres. Up is down and down is up. It's like when you're playing one of those video games and you're trying to control a plane and you go up and then it pulls you down. That's the Buffalo Sabres. Played awful against Anaheim 2 nights ago, so you figure, oh, what an easy bet for the Kings. It's only minus 190. Buffalo looked awful. Now they got to play 2 in 2 nights. Got to take the King. No, you don't. So we kept you off that one, and now on this Thursday, it's a relatively busy night. This will be more of a standard assortment of picks. We got some raw dogs, but we also got some other ones. Now, last night, I told you my most confident pick was the Florida Panthers. I really liked how they played defense in Nashville, and I think they held the Coyotes to maybe like 1 goal through most of that game. They ended up with 2, continued that good defensive play, although they put out an offensive barrage. That was an absolute beating. Now you got those Arizona Coyotes going to Tampa Bay, who I've been praising lately. They've been playing well, got themselves right into the playoff race. I believe they've won 6 of 7, one on the road in Philadelphia the other night. They're coming home, and I usually love these Lightning at home, and I am not high on the Arizona Coyotes on this little swing they're on. In specific instances, you can take the Coyotes. I know earlier in the season, I deemed them one of those cockroach teams. What I saw from them last night was kind of what I expected. The only difference is I don't think Tampa plays that type of defense that the Florida Panthers are usually coached to play. And I think there will be more opportunities in this game, which is why it's a little perplexing to me that I saw the total set at 6. I mean, to me, this one should probably be a 6.5, but I will take the over 6. And all right, raw doggers, you want it, you got it. I will take the Tampa Bay Lightning in this game. Now, if you want to get away from picking a team because the Lightning are too expensive, you want to know what I will do? I will take Braden Point, who has his point prop listed at over 1.5. I will take the over 1.5 on that. I think that's plus like 170 right there. But if you take that with the over, that brings you to like plus 250. That's kind of one of the games that I like the most on this slate, that Lightning game. I really like how they've been playing. And on home ice, you know that Point Kucherov connection is usually pretty nasty. You saw what the top performers on Florida did to that Arizona team last night, expecting some of the same from Tampa in that game tonight. So give me Tampa there. I'll also take the over in that one. You want to know who's the guy he'll raw dog every single night? That's Stevie Bongrips, but he has one exclusive partner, and that is the Detroit Red Wings. He'll every single game, doesn't matter. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. If Detroit's playing in Vegas, he's raw dogging the Golden Knights by taking the Detroit Red Wings. This is a night, Stevie, I think I'm going to support you doing that. Detroit has been playing their best stretch of hockey. If you want to discount that first 2 weeks of the year where we're seeing randomness from all teams. But now that we've passed the midway point of the season, I think this stretch that they're on right now, although they lost the last game, like they almost came back, but I think they lost like 5-4. I think this stretch is more impressive than that early season stretch where they were actually raking up win after win after win after win. Detroit's playing pretty good hockey, especially on their home ice. They did lose to Dallas the other night, but I'm going to pick them to rebound and beat the Philadelphia Flyers. Call it a little conspiracy theory thinking, but that whole Carter Hart situation, the impending legal troubles with everything that's going on there, could be some negative attention, negative vibes around the team. They lost the first game after that. I mean, it was announced a couple hours before the Flyers game. They lost to Tampa Bay. They played all right in that game. I mean, they almost came back. But let's see if that affects them going into this next game on the road as well. So give me the Detroit Red Wings over the Philadelphia Flyers. Then we got two teams who played last night. We nailed the under 6.5 on that game. That was the Boston Bruins and the Carolina Hurricanes. Now, they both have matchups, albeit Boston has to go on the road. Carolina's coming home. Carolina's coming home to face the Devils. The only thing not making me slam Carolina is the fact that they played the night before and it was an intense game against the Bruins. And meanwhile, New Jersey's got a couple days to sit on that overtime win that they had against Vegas. They should be somewhat shot out of a cannon. But God, I still want to take Carolina. But what I do like in this game, you know, we're probably going to get Ronta. I like both teams to score 2+ in this one. And also in that Boston-Ottawa game. Ottawa has been scoring like we know they can. I mean, we know they go through stretches. But it's a little bit different now. They're winning. Ottawa, they got Pinto back. They got Norris back. I swear to you, if you look up and down that roster, they're a stacked roster that's underperforming beyond belief. They have so many good players. It's a borderline disgrace. I mean, this is like when Edmonton had all the, you know, they had Eberle and Nugent Hopkins and Taylor Hall and, yeah, you can say it, Nail Yakupov. But when they had all this talent there and they just couldn't even muster a remotely decent season, I don't know how Ottawa ended up like this. But they are playing pretty well right now. And I like them at +1.5 in this game against the Bruins, along with both teams to score 2+ because of their offense, and we know they can concede on defense. Although they only gave up one last game, I think taking both teams to score 2+ in this one and in the Devils game and put those two together for plus money is a pretty decent bet. But also, I mean, there's major upset alert. If you're just going to slam Boston, I'm telling you, Ottawa's got some, they got that random juice. I told you this was going to happen. Them and the Sabres always make that one run that starts right around now, but then always comes up short. And maybe this might be Ottawa's. They got Pinto back. I mean, they got, like I'd mentioned, many good players playing at home against Boston, who played last night, has to travel there. I think it sets up well for the +1.5. And yeah, I'll even sprinkle a little bit on that money line. And then little same game parlay action, both teams to score 2+ and the Ottawa money line. And then one last thing I like in that game is the Ottawa team total, over 2.5. I mean, they've been scoring. They're on home ice. Not ideal to do it against Boston, but I think they're good for 3 in this one. So I'll take the over 2.5 there. And then why don't we check in on my Islanders and see how they're doing? They're going up to Montreal. Huge game because of Patrick Roy coaching the Islanders. He's like Pele in Brazil in Montreal, so there's going to be a media circus around him. I'm leaning towards the Isles here, but what I like most in this game, with Patrick Roy, they are trying to simplify the game. They're trying to play slightly better on defense. They are definitely shooting. If you look at some of these shot totals, I think they got like 40-something shots in that last game against Aiden Hill. And I'm looking once again, I gave this one out on Monday, Noah Dobson. If they're going to leave that at 2.5, with him working the point on the power play and continually getting pucks to the net, they left it at 2.5. I know the price is slightly worse because they're playing Montreal. I like the over 2.5 for Noah Dobson. And then lastly, there's only one way we know to end these videos, and it's with a little bit of Ruckus. Bacon, egg, and cheese, little side of Ruckus. And I think there could be some sneaky Ruckus in that Blue Jackets Calgary Flames game. Yes, the return of Johnny Gaudreau. So how about we take him and his old line mate to get 2 points? 2 points for Gaudreau, 2 points for Elias Lindholm. You put those two together, I mean, you're talking about massive stacks of cash. I mean, the 2 points on either of them are big prices. But in the event this game does tend to be Ruckus-like, then maybe we can enjoy a nice Pirates parlay to end our day. All right, good luck to you. Better luck to me. Make sure you're subscribed here to my YouTube channel and click the notifications, because tomorrow, not only am I bringing Josh back on, but we're bringing Carlo Koliakovo, former NHLer, on. We're going to be talking picks for Friday. Slightly smaller slate so we can really delve into the games. You know how Josh really, he tries to find some nice deli slices in there. So that should be nice. I'm going to try to get it out by like 1. I know I had a problem exporting last time. So just a heads up, tomorrow's video will come out right around like 1 o'clock, 1:30 or something like that. I know you guys enjoyed the last one. Hopefully you enjoy this one as well. I will see you then. Good luck, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.